first time, well, at least on stream. So that'll be fun. We're going to fly the Baron, and I'm also running 2024 Map Enhancement Pro version today. Just wanted to check it out. I have heard that in Australia it works much better than the default textures, like the ground textures. And I can see right here when I spawned in with the default textures versus when I'm spawned in right now, that the detail around the airport is just phenomenal. I haven't seen a whole lot of difference in the US, so I believe it is very location specific what you can and cannot get in terms of the resolution. Whether the resolution will be better or not depends on your location. So initially I was quite bummed out when I spawned in North America, Denver or something, and then I saw that, well, it's not that different. It's maybe the colors are different, but the resolution is pretty much similar. So note that map enhancement, if you're mostly flying in North America, it is really not worth it. But if you're flying in Australia or some, I guess, Europe as well, I think it works pretty good. It will help a lot with the ground resolution. So we are doing that. We are flying the Baron, and we also have World Update. What is it, like 21? I think World Update 21, which is all of Australia. So what we are going to do today is, let me pull up the map real quick. We are at Shell Harbor, which is YSHL. My plan is, now of course we're not going to have ATC, we're going to focus more on exploring Australia than following the procedures. So as much as I would have loved doing like a study level kind of flight, today's focus is more going to be on just looking outside and enjoying the scenery. So my plan is to take off from Shell Harbor and follow the coast. So mostly VFR flying here, and we have VFR weather as well, which is great. We'll be following the coast and going to Sydney. We'll be exploring Sydney downtown a bit. We'll check out some of the we'll check out that Lotus Garden, or what is it? I'm very bad at what's new in Australia, and so just don't trust me on that. We will just be exploring the downtown here. I've heard that area is really good. Maybe check out the airport. We do have Sydney, what is it? The Flight Tampa Sydney. So we're going to check that out, see if there are any issues. Maybe try landing at Sydney. I'm not sure. I just want to circle around here and then decide. And then once we are done, maybe I'll land at YSBK or maybe Sydney, and then we'll check out some of the other areas, maybe around Gold Coast, YBCG to YBBN or something like that. Basically, it's going to be a nice exploratory flight, and the weather also supports that kind of flying. Today I am running Atmos. It's the fully loaded sim with Atmos and reshade and everything going on. Now in terms of Atmos, I wanted to just show you guys what I'm running so that there is no confusion. Now here's the thing. I am running all three of them, all the weather and the Enviro and Atmos, all of them are mine. Basically they just automatically enable, so you can note these down. This is what I'm running. And then after these load up, I go to home and I load up this AB Msfs atmospheric preset. And in that, I just go ahead and so I'll show you live here. So after mine are loaded, I load up this one, and then I enable particle scattering and maybe reduce the scattering a tad bit because I don't want that much scattering. Okay. Then disable it, reduce the blues a little bit so that becomes more realistic. That's all I have done for Atmos. I'll figure out a better solution to push this out, push like a full merged set out for you guys, but for now this is what we are going to do. But yeah, just wanted to get all of that logistical stuff squared away. And in terms of I'll also tell you the reshade profile. In terms of reshade, we are running my Airborne Geek V3, which is on my Discord. So Discord link should be somewhere in the description. If not, it should be on the channel links as well. That's what we're running. Looks awesome. I think this is the sweet spot for me. Look at that. The sim is looking absolutely stunning. Anyway, let's get flying. So let me spawn in here. Let me go here. And then let's check out our airplane for today. We are running the Baron, turbocharged Baron, because I did not want to be limited by the capability of the airplane. It's going to be a lot of fun. I did practice a couple of flights in the turbocharged Baron, just so that I'm not fully lost in this stream. But that is pretty much all I've done. Just a couple of flights, couple of circuits around this airport, and it flies beautifully. So we're going to also practice some landings on the Baron. It is actually much easier to land than the Bonanza, because there's not a whole lot of rudder required. You'll see that. So yeah, it's going to be a nice fun flight, or multiple flights. We'll see. I am down to stream at least for maybe 2 or 3 hours. I think 3 hours is optimal for today. Akash is here. What's up? Moiz is also here. What's up? By the way, I have to congratulate Moiz on his new purchase. I think he got a GPU 5090, and he also got a CPU, if I'm not wrong. X3D V2, was it? Did I see that right? Or were you just telling people to wait for Sybil is here. Hey, what's up? But yeah, congrats to Moiz for his new purchase, and I'm excited to see all his screenshots. I'm sure he's going to spam the Discord. Okay, so this airplane is very easy. Now, of course, we can follow the checklist. It's a long ass checklist, but we're not going to do that today. We'll just do the minimum stuff, just so that we can get out of here quickly and also focus more on just exploring Australia. So let's start with just a rough check on all of this. All of this is good. Avionics off, throttle prop full rich, cowl flaps, both of them can go to open. Akash is trying to chill in the sun. Oh, Moez is saying yes, the new one. So he did get the V2. God damn, dude, you dropped some money there. That is amazing. Let me know how the V2 performs. Like, I want to see how it performs against mine. Fuel selectors are already on, so we are good there. Beacon lights on, good. Mixture, both of them full rich. I guess we can leave it off right now. Battery switch on. Bus voltage good. Left and right alternators can come on. Don't need to check any of this. Cabin, low boost pump, all of this we'll check. So I'm doing a very quick version of the checklist because I have flown this airplane before and I just know how to do things. So let's make sure that the fuel pumps are working. That's one of the main checks. So that is good. And then what was I thinking? I was thinking of something and then I forgot. Get the trim centered here. There you go, 0. And then let's pull up the engine start checklist. So right mixture full, right throttle full, and then we'll go high on the fuel pump, 2 to 3 seconds, turn it off. I'll show you how easy it is to start this airplane. Get this to roughly like half an inch, and then Aryan is here as well. How is it going, man? We are going to enjoy some Australia flying today. Why the heck is my track IR not working? Well, might be because I disabled it in chase plane. Let me enable it real quick. Okay, there you go. And it's all messed up now. There you go. Okay, so how to start the engine here. So we already have primed the engine. All we need to do now is start it up. So I'm going to disable track IR actually for just a little bit, and then get the magnetos on, press the brakes just to make sure it doesn't go forward. There you go. Right engine is started. Let's make sure that our RPM is somewhere around that 1000 RPM mark just for the engine warm up. Okay, 1000 RPM. Hopefully you guys can hear the sim and it's not too loud or too at least on my end I think it looks fine. Moise is saying, to be honest, I'm on test build right now, but what I saw in gaming performance same to the same. I have benchmarks sent me on Discord, but in 3D modeling new one performs better. Oh, okay, yeah, so multi-thread performance will probably be better. Things like video rendering and stuff I think might be better on the V2. It also has more cache, right? 128 MB versus mine has like 90 something, if I'm not wrong. So having more cache always helps there. Okay, right engine has started up just fine. So let's go ahead and start our left engine. Same thing for the left engine, mixture full, throttle full, and then prime. Make sure that the fuel flow is above 3 gallons per hour for 2 to 3 seconds. Looks good. Bring it back to somewhere around here and then engage the starter. There you go. That took a while, but it started up just fine. So all the annunciator lights are gone and both the engines are running stable at 1000 RPM. Oil pressure is in the green, so we lean out the mixture just a bit so that we don't foul up our spark plugs. And then let's go through the checklist, make sure we didn't miss anything. Fuel flow, all of this, we did that. Oil pressure, good. Cache and cache, yep. Let's see. All of this is good. We did all of this. Just making sure that I don't miss out anything. That's why we are going through the checklist. Otherwise, I think after we are out of here, we'll just focus on flying the airplane. Lights, weather radar, avionics on, cabin heat, air conditioning. I don't think we should care about that today. Cabin should be decent temperatures. Mixture is lean. All of this is good. And we will not need our TDS, GT and XI as well. We'll just keep it on the map just so that we know where we are at. But we are not doing any flight plans today because it's more of an exploratory flight. So we'll keep terrain on here and then we'll keep map on here, just that. That is all we'll need. And then we can turn on altitude reporting just for the heck of it. Run up, we are not doing it. One thing I do want to pull up is Moise is asking, bro, you update the Atmos settings on community? No, I just shared. Kind of using a weird setup right now because I am using this one, like I am using these three, but once these three load up, and don't ask me why, it just somehow just works for me. So once all of mine load up, I load up the Msfs atmospheric set, but I don't like how much haze it has, so I just reduce the amount of haze by reducing particle scattering. So maybe somewhere here, and then reduce the particle scattering B. That's what I do right now on my Atmos. I need to figure out a better way because I know people have been complaining that my Atmos is broken right now, and it is. Okay, I should have started beacon lights before, but that's what happens when you don't follow the checklists. I do want to pull up at least my at least the speeds, because I want to make sure at least I have that handy while I'm landing and stuff. So we'll just keep our manual open here just to get the V speeds. So in terms of V speeds, I'll brief you guys real quick. rotation speed is going to be 81 knots, which you can see there's a red line right here. Clean stalling speed is 84, and then dirty stalling speed is 78. So 78, somewhere around here, will be our landing speed as well. We need to be careful about that. We'll be coming in at roughly 90 knots and then landing at 78, 80 knots. That is good. Best glide speed is 122. Best angle of climb is 102, and best engine rate of climb, single engine rate of climb. What's the double engine? Best angle of climb speed is 95 knots. Okay, so we just need to remember two speeds, 81, 95, and then landing will be 78 to 80. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and get out of here. And I'm gonna put in maybe 3000. I think 3000 is good enough for us because we are doing mostly VFR flying. If there is some hill that we encounter, we'll navigate around it. Weather radar is on. Francis is asking, where are you? I am at Shell Harbour, which is one of the airports in Australia, right below south of Sydney. So we are going to Sydney. We'll be doing some Sydney sightseeing and probably land at Sydney and then go somewhere else and check out the scenery. So this is where I'm at, and then we are going to ISSY, Sydney. In terms of weather, we have 1031 or 3045. Let's go ahead and set our QNH. 10, man, it's really high pressure. 1031. There you go. That is good enough. Okay, I'm gonna enable track IR and let's get out of here. No traffic, nothing today. We're just having fun. Track IR is enabled. Get this going, and then let me make sure all the lights that we need are actually on. Beacon nav, all this good. Taxi. I can turn on landing lights as well. Floodlights not needed. Okay, let's get out of here. Cowl flaps are open for now. Not really sure what's the procedure on Baron, but we'll just do our thing for today. Okay, let's get going. Akash is asking, you're not using any traffic? No, not for today. Not for today. Today we are just chilling with the scenery. I really want to just not worry about ATC, traffic, anything, and just fly around and explore Australia. We do have some clouds today. By the way, weather is being injected by Active Sky. The sim looks amazing. Hopefully you guys can hear the sim fine. Can you confirm if you hear the sim fine versus my audio? Because I just want to make sure the balance is right between my audio and the sim. But yeah, we have the speeds, so I can turn the manual off for a bit. It is kind of hot out here in Australia. So, well, not hot, but like last time we had to turn heaters on. You guys are going to be stunned how good this airport looks from above. It's amazing. I was going to show you one of the screenshots that I took the other day. It was posted on my Discord, but man, I love that screenshot. The way the sun is coming, like the sun rays are coming through the clouds, hitting the ground. So good. By the way, you will get that low voltage light when the engine RPM is too low. As something that just happens. It's realistic. You just don't have to worry about it. Okay, we will have to backtrack a little bit because there's no taxiway here. I don't think we will have any problem taking off in this much runway, but maybe I'll go a few feet and then turn in. Msfs says, can you increase the sim volume? Yes, sure. That's exactly what I wanted you guys to confirm. Okay, so sim volume should be higher now. Hopefully that's good enough. Also, when the engine rumbles, you're going to hear a lot more of it. Okay, I turned headphones on and then I also pretty much maxed out the sim volume, so I think now the balance should be fine. Okay, let's go. Engine instruments are looking good. Full throttle on this one. It's not a turboprop. Very minimal rudder input required. There's 80 knots and up we go. Keep flying at, what is it, like 95? Gear up. Man, this thing climbs. Look at that. If you really climb at best rate of climb speed, this thing just goes 2,500 feet per minute. That's 2 turbocharged engines. Major says trees are... Yeah, I agree. The whole scenery is looking amazing. Man, this thing really climbs, huh? I think I need to drop the manifold pressure a tad bit just so that we enjoy the scenery more and it's not freaking just a rocket shipping up. Sim looks amazing. Yeah, it does, man. I am very happy. By the way, Apple Maps Pro. This is not default. I feel like default is a little bit more of a spring season resembling map, while Apple Maps Pro is more of like I don't know if it's fall, but more of like post-winter kind of map. So Aryan Sim is asked, do you use AB for both Atmos and... No, just the Atmos. And that too, it works very weird. Like I still need to figure out how it works, because I load up mine and then I load up AB and it looks fine. But if I load up only AB right from the start, then it doesn't look good. There's something weird going on with Atmos. So yeah, that's that about Atmos. Okay, let's get our prop RPM down by a tad bit, maybe like 2500, so that we don't age our engine too much. And I should have actually run full mixtures before we took off, but that's fine. Let's get the RPM a little bit lower. There you go. This sim looks perfect, man. Moise says maybe try changing colors in the Apple Maps. I don't know. I like the way it is right now. Just because the resolution is higher, especially in Australia, the resolution is just so much higher on these maps. Okay, so all we have to do is just follow the coastline here and stay below the clouds. We have 3,000 feet, almost there. So I'm gonna push my manifold pressure a little bit lower so that we can just maintain this altitude here. Technically, I can just enable autopilot and that should be good. Let's see. There you go. Autopilot is enabled, so it should maintain the altitude for us. And then also heading wise, let me just go heading hold as well, so that we don't have to worry about it and we can just enjoy the scenery. Francis is asking server. No, we are not on any server today. No VATSIM, no same tensions. It's all just me enjoying the new world update. Oh goddamn! You know what? I had also disabled photogrammetry. Let me go and enable it. I was just testing a few things out yesterday and I had disabled photogrammetry. I'm gonna go ahead and enable it. It's going to look so good. Hopefully the sim doesn't just crash on me. Major says all kind of simulators are crazy today. I agree. Hopefully it looks much better at Sydney now, because I know Sydney has photogrammetry. Oh, these buildings also look much better. You see that? All photogrammetry. Yeah, it was disabled. So I was like, there's something off about the buildings. It makes sense. Yeah, now this is all photogrammetry. Although some of it looks like melted. Overall, I think it looks really good. Like the colors just match really well when you're running photogrammetry. You need to turn a little bit now. Let me go full north. I think that's the direction that will take us to Sydney. And again, I'm just trying to fly slow here. I want to stay within that 110 knots range. Make sure I'm not doing something funny with my engines, because I haven't flown this too much. 100%. Okay, good. Good deal. Text Rider is asking, okay, coming to the real question. Why did you put buy AMD in the title? Well, now you will get me going. That's why. Do you see that? AMD has doubled the money year to date. 103%. That's why I put buy AMD, because it's still not even close to where it can get. And by the way, I was talking about this tool that I made on my Discord. Some of you might know about it. Let me show you guys that tool real quick. Let me show you guys that tool real quick. What it does is, and hopefully the sim volume is not too loud, but just getting that back up here. So I made this app that does a lot of heavy lifting for you, so that you don't have to. Let me get in here, because I'm anyway showing you the app. So okay, hopefully you guys can all see the app. And I'm not going to sell this or anything. This is just free. I made it in my free time, so I was just going to share it with you guys on my Discord. So let's see. So AMD, just put in a company ticker here. That's all you need to do. Put in the company ticker and it'll give you everything. It'll give you the revenue, gross profit, operating income, how much it has gone up year over year, free cash flow, market cap, all of that shit, you know. And then You also have a nice price chart just to see where the stock has been in the last whatever 5-6 years. And then down here you have all the valuation metrics. So price to earnings ratio, forward PE, PS, PEG, all kinds of stuff. You have everything right here. Okay. Then that's the overview tab. In the income statement tab, you have the income statement information from like 2021, 2022 to current, until the last quarter. Okay. And then you also have the year over year delta and quarter over quarter delta calculated here, and how much improvement they've made. And then at last you will also have the shareholder return total. So how much dividends does this company pay versus how much buybacks, like share buybacks, have they done. Okay, so that's the income statement tab, and on each tab you have a quick read on the top. If you don't want to dive deeper into the details, you can just read this and it'll tell you just some basic interesting stuff about that company. Next one is balance sheet. Again, same as income statement, but if you understand income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow, you will know that what kind of different information these three provides. Income statements basically just providing you information about revenue, gross profit, how much did it take for the company to generate that revenue. Balance sheet is providing you the information on total assets and liabilities, right? Like how much debt do they have, how much cash are they holding, things like that. And then cash flow statement basically provides you information about the cash flow, how much of that cash flow is going into investing, financing, stock repurchase, stuff like that. How much operating cash flow, free cash flow do they have, things like that. So all of this matter in the financial health of the company. And in the overview tab, you have all kinds of ratio that are calculated from all these three statements. And it also tells you a typical range and also what it exactly means. Okay, so you don't have to do any guesswork on anything. Then you have segments and guidance, which basically provides trends, what guidance the company has given in the latest earnings call. Growth history, you can pretty much plot out anything. Gross profit, net income, you can plot out anything. You have gross margin, operating margin, net margin already plotted out, just so that you can see how it's increasing or decreasing for a company in the last 5 years. Again, these are very important metrics. Make sure that it's always uptrending, right? Not downtrending, so that it shows that whether the company is spending too much to grow the revenue, or is the company getting more efficient in generating profit, And then this one is my favorite, stock projection. What will the stock be at in the next 5 years? You can run your own stock projections here. Mark Gebby just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. So yeah, you can run your own projections here. So you can click on this edit scenario, and let's run a quick projection on the base case for AMD. So AMD has projected a revenue growth of at least 38%, 35%, somewhere around there, for multiple years. Okay, so terminal net margin we'll leave it at 16.5, because I'm saying that what if AMD's net margin just stays the same? What's the stock gonna be at? Terminal PE low, I would put it at somewhere around 50, and terminal PE high, I would put it at somewhere around 100, because a company growing at this rate, I would assume that it has this kind of price to earnings ratio range. And then once you update these numbers, this base case will get updated. So you will see that if the PE by the end of 2031, if you go to the share price high, it can be somewhere around 1700. And the thing with this is you can run your projections, you can change your PE assumptions and stuff. The thing is, it can be at 1700 even next year. It doesn't have to be 2031, because remember, the stock price always increases first before the company even starts putting out good results. And then by the time the stock price reaches at the top, the company might already start decelerating revenue growth. So it'll still be doing pretty good in growth, but the growth will be decelerating, not accelerating. Right now, AMD is in a phase where the growth is going to accelerate for the next 1, 2, 3 years. So yeah, and then you have analyst and insider data. If it can fetch any data, it'll show you all of that here. And then you also have comparative analysis. So let's say I want to compare AMD and NVIDIA, and then hit enter, and I would say fetch peer comparison. It would load up the data for both AMD and NVIDIA. You just have to wait for 20 seconds because I put a 20-second delay on each company that you enter. So if it's 3 companies, you'll have to wait for 60 seconds. And then once it is done pulling all of that data, it is going to basically plot out everything for you. Plot out a nice comparison for you. So here it will have all the comparison matrix like PE ratios, what's the current PE ratio, what's the return on equity, net margin, free cash flow margin, debt to equity ratio, all of that. And then it will also score based on all the metrics that is plotted out here. So growth score, profitability score, valuation score, balance sheet score, and then finally overall score, which one is a better investable asset right now. And to my surprise, NVIDIA is actually not at a very bad price right now. It's trading at a very low PE ratio for the revenue growth that they have been showing. 65% revenue growth, that's crazy. So yeah, NVIDIA is not a bad investment, even though it is the biggest company in the world. It is still pretty good. So that's the comparative analysis, and then there is export data. So if you want to export any of the tabs that you just saw into a CSV file, send it to someone, you can do that from here. So that's my little tool that I used to run comparative analysis and to find out companies that have a competitive advantage, that have a fundamental advantage, and basically, yeah. If I have like 3 companies to compare against each other and figure out like which company I should invest in out of the 3, this is the tool that I use, that I've made using Claude and ChatGPT and a bunch of stuff. But yeah, once I clean this tool up a little bit, I still have some vision on what I want to do with the stock projection stuff. I'll just give it out to you guys for free so that you can also explore it and use it. It's a very useful tool. You can run comparisons and whatnot. So I think I'll have some time tonight to spend on this. I have some things that I want to do on the stock projection page, and I have some things I want to do on, I think, the segments and guidance page. Once that is done, I will share it on my Discord so that you guys can have it for free. It should be pretty easy to run. You just oh yeah, and then the last thing I need to do is also convert this into an exe file so that anyone who doesn't have Python can also just download the tool and just run it like an app, and you don't have to have Python and like run codes and stuff. So yeah, that's my nice little tool that I whipped up in the last couple of weeks, and you guys will get it for free. Moise is saying please share this app. Yep, I will do that. I just need maybe 1 day to do some stuff on it, and then I will be able to share it. We are still around we have almost reached Sydney. Nice. So that was a good conversation, and at the right time. We are almost at Sydney, or we are right above downtown actually. I'm gonna go to midday because that's the best time to explore. This tool has already helped me identify that Micron technology, even though it has gone up so much, with the growth that they are predicting for the next 2 years, it is still not a bad purchase. NVIDIA, for example, still not a bad purchase at 200 something, 210. It's an amazing purchase actually at 210 because the because the PE ratio on Nvidia is crazy low right now. I feel like people are just not paying attention to Nvidia because of all the hot stocks that are in the market, while Nvidia is just going to rip. They're just going to rip as soon as people realize that these guys are putting out some amazing numbers and their stock is just so cheap. The reason I think why people have forgotten about Nvidia is that Nvidia just went up so much in this last 5 years, right? So people are like, oh, it has gone up so much, so it cannot go. That's one of the arguments that I hear all the time is like, oh, this company has gone up so much, how can it go up even more? Well, because they are putting out good numbers. Look at this. Nvidia growth rate projections. Okay, let's just look up simple growth rate projection for Nvidia, just to see what they are going to. Look at this. Wall Street and project Nvidia will sustain a robust through moderately growth trajectory 2030, fueled primarily by continued demand of AI infrastructure. Current consensus 2027. Look at this. Okay, pay attention to this. Estimates fiscal year 27 revenue have recently increased to approximately 366 billion, implying a roughly 71% year-over-year growth. So you are telling me that a company that's growing at 71% year-over-year is trading at a PE ratio of like 43? No way. Is trading at a forward PE ratio of 20 something? That's insane. That's insane. And you have to remember, this is a company that has, it's the biggest company in the world. It's literally the biggest company in the world. So I feel like Nvidia, and that is what this tool has made me realize, that Nvidia is trading for pretty cheap right now. And before people realize, this thing is going to be around like $400-$500 stock. So yeah, that's that. Aryan Sim says Investor Geek. Maybe I should change my name to Flight Sim Investor Geek or something like that. I don't know, because I'm big time into this shit. Aryan is saying I was looking into Micron as well. Yeah, Micron, again, I can show you guys in that same tool. Micron, even after it has gone up so much, it is not a bad purchase. So let me plot out MU, enter, and let me show you, and we'll get to the sim. I'm so sorry for this. We'll get to the sim. Look at this. Micron is growing revenues at 196% year over year, and the forward PE ratio on Micron is 7.3. 7.3. That's dirt cheap, dude. That's dirt cheap. I actually bought Micron last week. This is dirt cheap. And I know it's a cyclical industry and all that, but holy shit, look at this shit. 196% quarter over quarter, 74% revenue growth. And the funniest part is they're growing revenue at this rate, but their cost of revenue has grown by only 20%. And quarter over quarter only 2%. That's crazy. This company is an absolute buy right now. Right now, even at this price, after going up so much. Did we pass downtown? Oh, there you go. There it is. How about we pause here for a little bit and just explore. Honey Bunny's here. What's up? Hey, do you want to switch to the horizontal stream? Because the vertical stream honestly looks like trash. So that's Sydney downtown. It looks amazing. Man, do you guys feel like once you start talking about investing and stuff, the sim just feels so boring? But yeah, conclusion of the last 15 minutes. Micron is still a buy. Nvidia is still a huge buy. Let's go a little bit, let's see. Yeah, let's go a little bit lower maybe. I'm gonna go maybe 2000 feet and then just maybe push the VS down. Engine VS and then 1000 feet per minute, get the throttle lower. $2,000, okay. And then heading, we'll go maybe west. So we'll hover around Sydney a bit, and then Moez is saying, yeah, I know, right? Like once you start talking about this shit, you're like, damn, let's just keep talking about this. Maybe one more company, maybe one more, you know. Aryan says, yeah, forgot you were simming. All not gonna lie, got too invested in investing. Yeah. But yeah, look out for that app. Again, I have nothing to gain from this. I'm not advertising the app or anything. Just trying to help you guys out, give you better resources to make decisions. Because I know you guys are young, and if you do this now, you're going to thank yourself later. What do you think of Wind Control Ursa Minor joystick? Honey Bunny is asking. I think it's a great joystick. It's a great entry-level joystick. But I would also look at something that WinWing has been. Well, here's the thing. If you want a $99 joystick, that is the best joystick you can get. But if you want to spend maybe a little bit more, I would look at Virpil controls, and also what was the other one? I forget the name of the other one. But yeah, check out the other ones, like the $300 bases and stuff. I think by Virpil, they are really good. But I sold my Ursa Minor a little bit too early. Yeah, I sold my Ursa Minor a little bit too early. I should have just left it until the Wind Control thing released. Because now, by the way, one thing I mentioned it on my photo that I posted as well, is that the watermasking is not good. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Like the water just starts abruptly. Like there's no texture or anything going on. I need to turn down my sim volume a bit because it's just too loud. Yeah, so water masking is still an issue. I wish they fix it, man. But apart from that, looks stunning. Look at that. Oh man. Moza AB9. Yeah, I was about to buy the AB9, but then I was like, let me just wait for this Wind Control joystick, because I feel like Wind Control is more of a flight sim company, and I really want to support someone who develops specifically for flight sims. I feel like Moza makes very interesting choices. Moza makes really interesting choices. Like if you look at the buttons and stuff on the yoke that they have released, it's pretty weird. Like why would you put autopilot buttons on like the center of the yoke, and then there's like a bunch of random switches, and then out of everything, like maybe a starter or something, you put an auto brake thing on the yoke. They make some weird choices, and I feel like they just don't have that much experience with flight sim folks. Maybe that's why they do this. And I was watching a video by Your Sim CFI, and he was also mentioning that. I would say just Honey Bunny says I gotta go. I can't watch your live today. That's okay, man. Have fun and see you. Moe says, bro, I see someone comment under your post that there is a paid fix for water masking. I don't see it, man. I did look for it. I remember that comment on my Facebook post. I did not find anything on Marketplace. By the way, look at how high resolution these textures are by look at that. Is that a cricket pitch? I would think that's a cricket pitch, right? Because Australians are just as interested as Indians in cricket. Yep, see you, Honey Bunny. Thanks a lot for chiming in. Moe says, honestly, save your money. If you're going to buy a 5080 only for gaming, go for 5070 Ti. What do you think of building a PC with 5080 and 9950 X3D2 this year? I would actually bump that GPU up. Wait for a 6090. Or, I don't know, depending on what news. Holy shit, look at this. Depending on what news comes out of 6090, maybe you can just buy a 5090 if it's available. Man, look at it. Looks good. That looks really good. I really like how this part looks. It's very accurately done. Yeah, I really wish the water was not this bad. That's the only problem I have. And we're above Sydney. Right above YSSY. There might be some VFR corridor right above Sydney that you can fly. Most of these big airports have a VFR corridor where you can just fly over from a specific direction right through the middle of the airport, because mostly there will be no traffic right above. Aryan says, yeah, Aussies are massive in cricket. First thing I did was fly to MCG and SCG. Where is that? Maybe we can do that too. I was thinking of doing Gold Coast after this one. Look at how bad this water masking is, man. Just ruins the whole scene. Otherwise looks so good. Moe says Apple Maps. Yeah, Apple Maps do look very high resolution, I have to say. I was skeptical of it when Simblitz made a video and he was saying that the resolution is much better, and I kept spawning in North America at like different places and I saw that the resolution is not that different. So I was a little bit bummed out because I paid $30 for it. But then when I spawned in Australia and New Zealand and stuff, it's way better. I haven't tested the latest Bing Maps yet, but I've heard that Apple Maps Pro are the best anyway, so yeah, I wish the beaches were well done. Okay, what do you think? We should try a landing here. Let me turn on this Touchdown Pro thing. Okay, it's right here. So hopefully we're gonna see our touchdown with this. I used to watch cricket a lot, but then I just lost interest completely, and I believe the sim sound is just gone because for some reason I adjust sound here and it affects. Okay, let's go. Let's disable autopilot. Let's get rid of all this, and let's do a nice landing here. Set trim to mid because I've made this mistake before. Okay, full prop, full mixture, and nothing much to do apart from that for the approach on this one. Let's do a landing, see how it goes, and then we'll probably switch to Gold Coast, I think. Check out Gold Coast, see how much better it is, and then I'll just take requests and keep spawning at different places, maybe do a circuit at some interesting places. Aryan says, I was surprised when you said don't watch IPL. Yeah, I used to watch IPL, but when I was in India I used to watch IPL quite a bit. I used to watch cricket mostly when Dhoni was in play. Who else was there? I think Yuvraj was also there at that point. and Kohli had just started off. But yeah, after that I just lost touch. Now I just know whatever I see on Instagram reels and stuff. I'm not that much into cricket anymore. There's just so much going on in life, man. Also, I like playing tennis a lot. So I feel like I like playing more than watching, and that has always been the case. Even cricket, I used to be in the not like in the official school team, but we used to play cricket a lot on our lunch breaks. Oh, for once I'm on the glide path. I say that because I'm never good at this thing. Okay, gear down. That's a warning that your gear is still not down when your flaps are already down. So yeah, very surprising and realistic how less of a rudder input you need on this thing. I really like that. It's better than Bonanza that way. Bonanza, you have to keep yanking the rudder here and there to keep it straight. Look at that, and look at that. By the way, don't focus on my approach. I'm also looking around. Sydney is kind of heavy on frames. Okay, runway is made. We'll just go. It's stuttering a little bit, but not bad. Ooh, 66 FPM, not bad at all. Calculating score, it says 78. I think the worst was crab angle and TDZ. Yeah, look at that. Also, I tiptoed a little bit. Anyway, let's go to... How about we go to Gold Coast? I think Gold Coast is a good... Gold Coast will be fun. Moe says I followed Indian cricket very closely since 2020. 2020. Where was I? 2020, I think I was already in the US. Yeah. Yeah, I think I lost touch after I shifted here. Gold Coast. There we go. So what we're gonna do, the plan is to fly from YBCG. We follow the coast and then we go and land at Brisbane, because I also have the Brisbane add-on. So maybe look out for all these viewpoints here. Point Lookout, go to Victoria Point, Cleveland, somewhere around. We'll just hover around here, and then just like Sydney, we'll just hover around and then finally land at Brisbane. I don't know if there's anything interesting here, but we'll maybe check that out too. But takeoff is going to be Gold Coast, so that we can check out this whole like, what do you call it, like sea facing downtown area. And you know what, I'm gonna shift to maybe something slower, because this thing is fucking ripping. I'm gonna shift to this one. It is Fly Tampa Sydney, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that was Fly Tampa Sydney. What's an interesting color? Maybe this one? This looks like that Planes movie airplane. Let's fly this one. Orange. Let's see. Maybe I can spawn here. Oh, by the way, I think the vertical stream probably did not see my landing scores, but I guess that's what you get for watching vertical stream. So let's spawn in here and maybe go daytime, start flight. Text rider is saying, how many planes do you have? Oh man, that's a very loaded question. I have a lot of them. Pretty much every GA plane that was released for MSFS, I have it. Airliners not so much. I don't have the MD-11 and all those. Okay, let's get this started real quick. Don't need to waste any time. Fuel selectors to the left tank. Battery on, alternator standby, alternator on. Make sure we have fuel. We have enough fuel. Left tank is good. And what we're gonna do is get the mixture to full rich, prop full rich, and then throttle full as well. Get the pump to high. And why do we not see fuel flow? Why the heck do we not see fuel flow? Did I forget something? Between Apple Maps Pro and FSR Plus, I would buy FSR any day. Yeah. What the heck did I forget? Fuel flow should... Oh, there you go. This needle was stuck. Got it. You see how realistic this airplane is? Yeah, look at this. This needle is just stuck. So we need to be careful with this airplane. It's just cold and stuck. So let's bring it down here. 1/4 inch. Hopefully we didn't overflood the engine. Didn't flood it. 1100 RPM, and let's also change our FS realistic profile because I feel like it's wrong. There you go, it was wrong, because I think I loaded in this livery for the first time. You just have to copy profile and it should be good. Okay, engines on. Let's get the avionics on. Weather radar was on, should have been off. Get the map going, get this going, and pretty simple. Again, 2000 feet. This is not turbocharged. 2000 feet. Let's get the weather real quick so that we have QNH. YBCG, open airport, and weather 1026. 1026. Okay, that's good. And we'll get beacon lights, nav lights, panel lights, taxi lights, landing lights, strobe lights, because why not? That's it. Let's go. Very quick setup. Moe says, why not flying with a piston duke? Because that thing is a freaking rocket ship. So if I fly with a piston duke, it'll fly so fast that we will not be able to like admire the scenery or anything. We'll just be focused on controlling that beast. So I was like, should I choose to just fly? Like we will fly. I think we will fly piston duke soon. But that thing is really fast. Double engine. Much more aerodynamic than the Baron. But I feel like this airplane is slower, so we can admire the scenery better. But maybe on the next flight, let's pick up piston duke when we fly somewhere else in Australia. Do we have enough runway? I think we do. Maybe on the next intersection we can just get going. Taxiing like a Southwest here. Just right away you can realize how much right rudder is needed from that ball, even at this level of throttle input. TextRide is asking, what do you think about Caravan Professional? It is one of the best GA airplanes we have for this sim. It flies amazing, it feels heavy when you're flying, and it also has the system's depth that anyone would expect. A lot of small nuances like fuel sloshing and all is modeled, so I feel like it's an amazing airplane. You can check out some of the videos that I did on are those animals? No, just weird photogrammetry. Yeah, you can check out some Caravan Pro videos that I did. I was doing some detailed systems video and then I got really bored because nobody really cares about that systems video. Look at those buildings, they look terrible. Photogrammetry. When will it be there on Marketplace? I have no clue. Marketplace is really weird in this kind of stuff. Okay, let's go. So we'll be taking a left turn and going north again towards Brisbane, just following the coastline. Full throttle. This is not a turbocharged engine, so it should be slower. Holy shit, it's not. Damn. Okay. Man, this, what? Did I pick the wrong airplane by mistake or something? This thing is fast. This thing is climbing so fast. Holy shit. No, it is a non-turbocharged Bonanza. But damn. This thing is also a rocket. All these airplanes, man. Anyway, let's take a nice steep turn out of here and keep going maybe up to 4,000, and then we will admire the Gold Coast scenery right there. Okay, let's keep climbing maybe at least to 2,000. It's a very reckless flying going on here. For climbing, we will reduce our throttle a bit. Prop RPM a bit. Sim does look amazing. Sounds, man. Okay, that's 2000 RPM. Get the heading bug in. Heading hold. 2000. Look at that. Oops. Go that close. I really like this every Sunday stream schedule. It takes a lot of pressure off of me of producing videos and all, which is like a pressure that I give myself, honestly. But yeah, I like this schedule where I can just stream every week, maybe for 2-3 hours. Keep the channel alive and also get to interact with some of you guys that I only talk to on Discord. Look at that, guys. This thing looks amazing. That looks real. If I take this photo right here, looks real, and I think it will look even more real as we get closer to the Gold Coast, but I know that that scenery is amazing. If you guys are watching on your phone, I think you will see it much more detailed than watching on a PC, I think, because just that the phone screen is smaller, so just see more detail. You tend to see more detail on a phone screen. Aryan Sim says, hey, are you still doing your PPL by the way? I've got my first trial flight at flight school next week too. No, I finished my PPL a couple of years back. And I rarely fly now. Actually, I haven't flown in like 1.5 years because of all the stuff. Like I have a kid, all these things. Like, my wife doesn't like flying that much. So. But yeah, congrats. Is this like a discovery flight for you? Where you'll be flying with the instructor for the first time and then you'll start later, or are you starting your course already? And are you doing a part 141 or once? Is that how it works? I think you are in UK, right? I'm not sure how the UK regulations are on, but here in US you have part 61 or part 141. I did 141. That's more structured, like flight by flight. You'll have more structure to the course. Man, I love this. Look at that. Gold Coast looks amazing. Yeah, it cost me, I made a cost video as well, like cost me around 16k, but totally worth it, man. Totally worth it, because there's some knowledge base that you don't even get exposed to when you're just flight simming. Like at least about airspaces and stuff like that. I was not very exposed to that when I was flight simming. Maybe in this day and age I would have been, but at least at that point I was not. And doing my PPL really helped me get exposed to that, so that I can at least start looking up that stuff and start learning about it. I would have liked to do more class Charlie and class Bravo flying and planning, but it's just, it depends on your flight school and what they have in plan for you. Some flight schools might have like a list of things that you should be capable of doing, like flying through Bravo airspace, flying through Charlie airspace. I think I was able to go only up to Charlie. Aviation Bros is here. What's up, man? What's up? I love your content, dude. Give it up for Aviation Bros. Has an amazing channel. Let me pull it up. Look at this. My biggest fan is here. And here. Man, this guy, I have to say, he comments on every single one of my videos. And he says the same freaking thing every time. Aviation Bros. There you go. He has a pretty good channel. I really liked your GFX trailer, by the way. Like you can see. Here's the proof. I did watch your video. I like this one. Emilia says, hello, this looks like cartoonish paper sim. This guy he comments the same shit on every video. It's not even, it's so funny at this point. Every time I upload a video, I'm like, man, I'm waiting for this guy's comment more than anyone else. Because he's so funny. Okay, so our plan is to follow this coast and hopefully find Brisbane city. So I'm gonna keep doing that. Maybe go full north. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, some of these days when I was not feeling it, not feeling like recording, not feeling like flying. I guess I was still feeling like flying. I was just burnt out on the channel because it's so... I can't make any money on this channel, and that's just so freaking demotivating, that I'm just putting in all this time for like nothing. So those days are when I actually enjoy watching other creators. I used to watch a couple of Aviation Bros videos, and then SimBlitz, and Your Sim CFI, and then Aviation 101 is a big one. I watch his videos quite a bit, like almost every video. There's also Bayflight. All of these channels are the ones that keep inspiring me. Who else? I watch some A330 driver videos as well, and then James Fuller makes really good edits. Not so much like flying videos, but he makes really good reviews and summary of like add-ons and stuff. Really good, rare but very good videos. Very well researched videos, I would say. Man, that looks so good. Look at that. Oh man. TextRider has, by the way, tomorrow I have a very important exam. What kind of exam do you have? What's the time, by the way? Oh, it's 11. I still have quite a bit, maybe like 1 hour. This is gonna get kind of boring on here while we get to Brisbane. No, not really. Maybe we can fly through this swamp here and then go in towards northwest towards Brisbane. Because I want to see how the water masking is. I wish the trees merged in a little bit better. I feel like it just stands out. You see that? Very, very bright green trees here. Just stands out. But overall the sim looks amazing. By the way, if you haven't liked the video, please do. It doesn't pay me, but it helps with my motivation to keep making these videos. Look at that. That's I don't know what that is. Is that like Apple Maps glitching out after this point, or is it the same? I don't know. That's a glitch. Ugly. And look at that. So here the water masking is not bad at all. So all of this is done really well. Decent, right? If you're flying above at like 2,000, 3,000 feet, I feel like you will not realize. But very well done. Like look at this. Look at this. Textures, but there's still water, so you can still see the waves. I like this. I really like the water masking here. This is exactly what I wanted to check when I saying I want to fly over that swamp or whatever. Ryzen says I'm going to do a discovery flight next week at Elstree. I don't know if you've heard of it, but just doing it to get the feel of it and see if it's right career path for me. Okay. So yeah, discovery flights are fun. I hope you get an instructor that actually lets you like fly and maybe try to land while he has his controls. Because what happens in discovery flights is usually the instructor is gauging kind of how much you know initially, and then based on that he may or may not just let you land. My instructor pretty much just gave me a free go and let me land. Obviously he was very much on a high alert, but he did let me feel it out, and he saw that I am decent enough on the controls, and he just let me land. So where are we going here? So we already passed right this. Okay, I think at this point if I go somewhere northwest, that should be good. So let's go maybe 45 degrees to the left, and that should take us to Brisbane. But yeah, if you convince the instructor with your skills, he might just let you land. TextRider is asking like a school exam. I have my national language tomorrow, Polish exam, and a math exam, and then English English exam. How old are you? Man, that gives me some trauma. I would really not like to go back to the school days. Like some people say, right, oh, school days are the best days of your life and shit like that. I'm like, no man, I would really not want to go back to school days. It is just a lot of freedom that I'm enjoying right now, building my own life and stuff. School days without money and you just keep wishing something would just... Textures are not looking very good here, ground textures, but apart from that the water masking is amazing, decent I would say, apart from these lines that are going on here. But yeah, I would not want to go back to school days, dude. You should, and once you experience the life of an adult with like adult money and stuff. Oleg the Aviator is asking how much FPS are you getting? 120. Always fixed at 120. My sim is locked at 40 FPS and then I'm running 4x frame gen to 120 FPS because my monitor refresh rate is set to 120. That's why. So I'm getting pretty much exactly 120 all the time. Look at how much GPU usage we have. Only 78%, even though we have pushed everything to the max. 5090 is a beast and it will stay a beast for I think at least another 3 years. 3 or 4 years, depending on how fast things improve with hardware and stuff like that. But I feel like now the advancement is more happening in the AI space, not in the hardware space. So maybe they'll release 6090, 7090 something, but most of the advancement is going to happen in the software tech kind of space and not really brute force hardware. And that will be really good for 5090 owners. Hopefully they don't come up with some features that will only work for 6090 owners or 7090 owners. But yeah, my guess is that 5090 will keep going for at least another 4 years. I'm not planning to upgrade. Or maybe I will. Oleg the Aviator says, also I have an issue on my main thread in Msfs. Sort of matches latency of my refresh rate. 60 Hz, 33. Is this normal? This is when uncapped. I did not quite understand your question. Sort of matches latency of my refresh rate. So at 100 Hz, it's 20 milliseconds. At 60 Hz, it's 33.3. Yeah, that makes sense because that's how much frame time budget you have when you're locking the frames. So that makes total sense to me. The 20 millisecond would be 100 FPS, yeah, and 60 Hz would be 33.33. 40 FPS would be 25 milliseconds. If I'm doing calculation right. Aryan is asking or saying, yeah, I'm planning to show my hours in Msfs. Yeah, usually that's what happens. I told my instructor that hey, I've been flying on the flight sim for quite a while. So he's like, oh nice, that's good. Well, let's see how you do on takeoff and cruise. So we started doing all the maneuvers like steep turns and stuff, and obviously I broke through the regulations, right? It was my first time flying a real airplane, so I was not 100% on steep turns and all. Like I probably lost maybe like 200 feet, gained 200 feet on some maneuvers, things like that. But overall he was happy with the way I was at least correcting when things were going wrong. Like for example, while doing a steep turn, if you're losing altitude and if you don't correct, that's bad. But if you're losing altitude and you actually make the right corrections, they're very happy with that. That okay, at least you know what you're doing and you're making the right corrections. So if that happens, they, depending on who the instructor is and how much of a how much experience they have. Usually people who have more experience tend to be a little bit more lenient, which is not the right thing, but that's just how it is. They have more confidence in themselves that they'll be able to get out of a situation if something happens. Rot is saying you've taken an airliner break. Yeah. Also, just there are a couple of reasons why I'm not flying airliners right now. One is I've sold my Ursa Minor joysticks. I don't really have a joystick, and then I didn't feel like flying the 737. Also, I wanted to explore different places from low altitude. So GA is the best, but I don't know, maybe next time we should fly an airliner just to mix things up. I haven't flown the PMDG 737 in a while, so maybe next time some Qantas flight in Australia, because I do have a lot of Australian airports. Look at the normal mapping or whatever, displacement mapping, it looks really good. I thought I had it off, but maybe this is just how the terrain is here. One thing you will see is that Apple Maps do mess up your color of the tree. So some of the trees will look like this, like you see on the left here. They just look bright green, and I've seen this happen only when I'm using Apple Maps. If I would switch to the default sim here, this would not happen. I'm not seeing this issue with default. Rod B is asking when last you flew IRL. I think it was 1.5 years back, close to 1.5 to 2 years back. So I'm not current at all. I might be working on my proficiency at some point. I just don't know when. Whenever I really feel like it. Right now I'm just very heavy on saving everything I can and putting it in the market to invest. Building up to a respectable net worth. Maybe at some point when I have money to just throw out the window, I'll go fly. Rod B is asking what joystick are you getting now? I am getting the Wind Control, either ED16 or EB29. I have pre-ordered both of them, but I'm yet to decide which one to get. The thing is, the ED16 is just so expensive. Like $1,200 or something for a joystick. That's ridiculous. So that's what makes me think I should get the EB29. But then I have heard that the detail of force feedback is not as good on EB29 compared to the ED16. So I'm still on the fence, and that's why I pre-ordered both of them. But when I get a payment request, I might just pay for one, and I don't know which one I'll pay for. If AMD goes up to like 500, 1000, I will most definitely get the ED16. It all depends on a lot of things. If the market crashes, then I might get the cheaper one and then put the rest on my portfolio. Aryan Sim says, yeah man, flight school itself is a bomb, 100k plus GBP, so trying to save as much as possible. Got a couple of years left in uni, so whatever jobs I get within the time in summer I'll save. Nice. It's always good to work on this. I used to work as a research assistant, and then I got a teaching assistant job, so it's good. It also, hopefully it's also reducing your fees. It did not for me, unfortunately, but I think most colleges have that provision where if if you're working on campus, it will reduce your look at the texture resolution on this thing, man. It's amazing. Flying low and slow is fun. Hopefully I'm not. Okay, this is good. Little bit of turbulence, but nothing crazy. And that's Brisbane downtown. So what I'm gonna do now is turn left again 45 degrees, fly over downtown, check out the scenery, and then we will find Brisbane to land at. So again somewhere around 230. Aryan says that's why I'm hoping I get into an academy, but those are extremely selective. I'm hoping to work as a ground agent at Heathrow, Swissport or something. That's nice, man. That probably pays pretty well. That probably pays pretty decent. I wish I could do some second job. That I would not go and work for any. Oh man, look at that. But I would at least start earning from, let's say, from YouTube channel or from anywhere, anywhere possible. Maybe make some investing related stuff and sell it or something. This area also looks very good. Look at that. Looks amazing. Rod B says, what rudder would you recommend? If you are not wanting force feedback rudder, then I would recommend getting the wind control. The wind control Skyhawk something. Let me see which one I have. Wind control. I think it was Orion, if I'm not wrong. Gosh, this looks amazing. I'm gonna pull up wind control website for just a quick second. I think this one is really good. Orion 32. I have the older version with damper. Damper is very important. Get the damper. Look at that, guys. Oh my. That is the Airbus one, yeah. But you can use it for anything. It's just more comfortable when you have that huge footrest. But I have the one without footrest. You'll find it Orion, the older version of Orion basically. That feels pretty nice too. Man, this looks so good. Damn. Very detailed. I hope I'm not pushing my sim too much yet. Let me check my settings real quick, because I felt like there was a little too much stutter on the landing there. I'm gonna push the terrain level of detail back a bit. Displacement mapping is off, so that's good. Apply and save. Because I don't really need 250 when I'm Brisbane. Is that the... No, that's not the cricket stadium. Yeah, this looks freaking amazing, man. What the heck? Aryan Sim says, if you can grow your YouTube enough and it gets sponsored by all these different flight sim hardware. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. There is a lot of companies that have contacted us, okay? Already. Like, there's a lot of companies that have contacted me for reviews, for like just giving away the hardware and you can just test it yourself and review it. I do get quite a few emails. It's just unfortunate that my situation is such that I cannot take any sponsorships or any kind of I cannot basically make any monetary gains from this channel. That's the problem. So yeah, I can tell you that if I wanted to do it, I could do it today. I could get my PC sponsored, I could get my flight sim hardware sponsored, I could also get all the add-ons that you're looking at here for free. I just cannot do it right now. So yeah, that's just unfortunate, but it is what it is. So you keep doing it for passion until you can actually get paid from it. Aryan says, I think EasyJet SimPilot does and has 60k subs or something. Yeah, I think every single YouTuber, even someone who has like 1,000, 2,000 subs, they can get sponsored and by someone, if not the biggest company. But at 10,000 plus subs, I think you can pretty much assume that you will be sponsored by anyone you ask. Because especially the amount of reach that you have matters a lot. So it's not that just that, oh, I have 10,000 subs, so I'll get sponsored. It's more about the reach. So what they look at is your demographic. So for example, I'll pull up my channel, right? What the sponsorships, like the companies are looking for, is the demographic. So yeah, I have 196k views in the last 1 month, which is, all of this checks out. For them, this is a lot of exposure and reach. But what they really care about, another thing, is the demographics. So who is really watching my channel? That's what matters to them the most. What is the age group? So what they're doing is they're combining different YouTubers from like different regions. Like someone who has a lot of reach in United States would be one cluster of YouTubers, and then there would be some cluster of YouTubers that have a lot of reach in India, France, UK, whatever. So they're also interested in this demographic along with just pure power of views. And yeah, we have done pretty well on this channel. It's just unfortunate that I can't make the most out of it, which is fine. We'll just keep doing it, and then we'll go full blast when we actually can make money out of it. I just have to keep my motivation until then, because there are days when I'm like, man, why am I even doing this? I'm getting $0 out of this thing. Why am I even wasting my time? I can still provide value to the friends that I've made on my Discord channel. I don't have to make videos for that. But yeah, this is for future me, so that future me can thank me that I kept doing it. And when the time came, I didn't have to start from zero again and build the channel. So let's see. Brisbane is right around here. So we are pretty much on the base for runway 01. And I'm gonna check weather real quick just to make sure. Okay, 5 knots. So there's nothing crazy going on in terms of wind. So what we'll do is go do one more round above downtown. Look at it from the outside because it looks absolutely stunning. And then go in for a landing at Brisbane. Hopefully get a better landing than we got on Barron. But that's the stadium. I see it. That's the cricket stadium, right? Let me go right on top of it. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's the cricket stadium. There you go, guys. All the cricket fans. Doesn't look like it. The markings don't match with the cricket stadium, but then it is a circle stadium. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me out here. It looks like a cricket stadium, but the markings don't match. Okay, let's check out where the airport is. Let's go back. Oh, I'm not in Sydney. I landed at Sydney and now I'm in Brisbane. I thought there was a cricket stadium in Brisbane, right? There was one in Sydney, I remember, but I thought there was one in Brisbane too. So we're just gonna turn in to land on let's do 01 right. Just admiring downtown one last time, flying right over it. Looks stunning. Matey's here. Hello Airborne Geek, everyone. So I can't hear your stream well. I lost hearing on my one ear because of cold. Love that plane. I hope you get well soon, man. It is a lovely plane, yeah. And a lovely city. Look at that detail that we have. I was flying a little bit further away from it, so wasn't able to see all the details, but look at that. Of course, there's like this LOD thing, whereas further you go, the details will be less. So this is the most detail you will see while you're close. Looks stunning. Aryan says, yeah, Brisbane does. It's called Gaba. Markings don't look like it, but I think it is. Yeah, I agree. The markings look weird. Didn't look like a cricket stadium marking, but okay. So where's the runway? Right there. Disable autopilot and get rid of all the directors and stuff. Maybe also trim to the center just so that doesn't throw me off on landing. Let's enable track IR and then let's get going. Should be a pretty good landing here. Yes. Very calm winds. Going a little fast, but I know that this thing just tanks in speed, like there's no problem. I'm gonna just drop the speed a little bit and get the gear down, because 150 knots is the gear down speed, so that gets some drag for us, and then we can pretty much go idle. Aryan says, if I'm not mistaken, they changed the ground depending on the sport they play in the sim. Seems like they went Aussie rules footballs. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Or when the photo was taken for the ground textures, it may not have been painted like cricket. So this Brisbane, I think I bought it from Any Builds, if I'm not wrong. And it's a pretty good scenery. Just going idle now, and we're going to keep coming in at somewhere around 85. And you see how fast this thing slows down. That's why I was not worried, even though I was at like 160 knots on long final. Slows down really fast. And also let's turn on this touchdown FX UI just so that I can pull up my landing rate and stuff. 50 feet over the thresholds, runway is made. Let's keep coming back on throttle. Keep going down. And there you go. Let's kick the rudder in. 57 FPM, not bad at all. Not bad at all. 97. There's the runway landing score. 8 on crab. Yeah, I agree. I was a little bit late in decrabbing. But yeah, pretty good landing overall. Yeah, I'm gonna just show you guys Brisbane scenery. I think it's really good, so that we don't run away from here. Let's get the parking brakes on, and then I think I bought it from Any Builds, if I'm not wrong. I can't remember whether it was Orbex or whether it was Any Builds. But look at the ground textures and stuff. Pretty good. I love these taxiway lights too. It's very detailed. Very detailed. And then obviously the terminal is well done too. Whole thing looks really good with traffic actually. So this one doesn't have interior. I believe at the main one has it. I'm not sure. Yeah, so this one doesn't have interior. But I don't really care about interior, to be honest. Like, all of this is well done. It doesn't have interior, but that doesn't matter to me because I'm never going to like go in. I would rather have more performance than just every freaking shop modeled inside the terminal. It's really well optimized scenery too. I like it. That's how it looks from the top. Totally worth it because it's like one of the biggest airports in Australia, right? There's Perth, there's Sydney, and then there's Brisbane. Okay. How much time do we have? It's 11:34. Maybe we can do circuits around one more area because I have like 30 minutes or so. Let's see. What do you guys recommend? So we did Sydney, we did Gold Coast, Brisbane. What else do you guys recommend? There's one airport here which is called YBTH. There's some racing circuit here. Moise is back. We just finished a flight from Gold Coast to Brisbane. Decent landing. Now I'm looking for options on where else can we fly. I have 30 minutes more, so we can probably do circuits around some airport, but I'm trying to decide where to go. There's this one which is handcrafted, YBTH. So if I don't have any Hobart, okay, let's see. YBCG. Okay, that one. Oh, is this the one you YCBG? This is the one you're talking about? That looks really nice. Like the area around it looks pretty nice. Should be fun. Yeah, let's just go here then. We'll start this little plane up real quick. Take it for a circuit around this area. admire the hills and stuff. Looks pretty good to me. Maybe go towards this hill here, look at Tasman Bridge, broadcast Australia Tower, and then come back in for a nice landing. Let's go. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Like the video. Oh boy, those default buildings look terrible, but I'm sure the area around is nice. Okay, battery alternator standby. Fuel quantity is good, but we'll switch tanks because last time we just flew. Let's make sure this fuel flow thing is working. Full prop, full throttle, everything is full. It's the pump to high. This thing messing up again. Oh, mixture is not full. There you go. 1, 2, 3. That's good. Throttle back to 1/2 inch. Much better start this time. 1000 RPM. Engine instruments look good. We lean out the mixture just a tad bit, and avionics on. We will not need weather radar because look at that weather. We'll just leave it on standby. Continue map. There you go. Panel lights on, taxi lights on, landing lights on, strobe beacon nav on, and don't need to run. Maybe I can pull cab heat a little bit, and that's it. We are good to go. It's so easy when you're not following the checklists. And again, just putting in 2000 to be safe. Get this out. Let's get out of here. Moise is asking in which state do you live? Indiana, yes. Let's get out of here. What kind of weather do we have? Let's just give it a quick check. Open airport. Hopefully there's no winds. Yeah, 5 knots. Doesn't matter. We'll just take off. Which side is the longest? Maybe we can take off from here because there's no real active runway that we need to follow. So I'm just gonna go this side and then take the shortest way out of here. Do you want me to leave Apple Maps Pro on, or do you want to explore how the default looks like? Aryan says from India to India. Yeah. When I say Indiana, some people still think India. Yeah, I don't think I need to go all the way back. We'll just do a rolling takeoff from here and get out of here. Okay, full throttle. This thing is also very high powered. I would think that a non-turbocharged simple Bonanza won't be this high powered, but it is. Keep climbing at 107. Gear up. Track IR on. Let's take a quick left here, steep left, and then go towards those hills. You should try not to go beyond 30 degrees when you're this low, because there's a risk of just stalling. is like, I guess you stayed by seeing your post on Facebook of your PP. How are my posts even visible? I thought they were not even public. This is a pretty good area. Look at that. Looks beautiful. I'll turn down my throttle a bit because it's just too powerful. I feel like Comanche is more of a right airplane to do some exploratory work with because it just flies much slower than these airplanes. That looks good. Let me just check real quick which runway the wind is favoring at least. Runway 30, so I should be coming in from the seaside. Okay, got it. Just to be sure, next time. Have a nice headwind landing. I don't know if they have worked on this area or not, but it looks pretty good. The only problem I have with Apple Maps is this whole tree thing that I told you about. Sometimes in some places the trees are just very bright, like bright green. Aryan says, alright bro, I'm gonna head off to the gym. Was a pleasure as always. Thank you for chiming in, man. I am also actually going to go right to the gym after I finish my stream. I am going straight to the gym. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a chest and tricep day. So good luck with the gym. This is a nice area to fly. Moin says I fly here often in Hobart. Very pretty. 2000 feet, let's not go too high. Moe says, and me going to sleep. It's probably too late there, right? I guess you're back for back in India. Yeah, probably India or Pakistan, right? But probably late there. Aryan same legs day for me. Oh man, oh my. Ooh, leg day, huh? That's sad, bro. I feel for you. Have you seen this thing? Like a meme where this guy is coming out of a leg day and he has pump all over his body but legs. And then he's like, oh, I had a great leg day. Let's get the gear down. King Bob's Kingdom is here. Hey, what's up? Says buy AMD. Yeah, buy AMD was to remind me of a side conversation I wanted to have with you guys about an app that I was developing to analyze stocks. So we talked about it at length. Some point in the video, if just click through, you will find it. And buy AMD because AMD stock is just ripping, and it's going to keep ripping if something doesn't go wrong with the world in general. That's why I buy AMD. Aryan says, yeah, I think so. Absolutely hate doing it, but just can't do. Man, leg days are so. I'm just gonna dump flaps because I'm too high, but I know it will just slow down like you're flying a tank. There you go, you see that? I'm also back on the path almost, and it slowed down to like 90 knots. As much as this plane is a rocket, it really has a lot of drag. You can't say the same when you put Comanche doesn't slow down that easily. Okay, runway is made. There's a slope here, need to be mindful of that. And I bounced. That's okay. It was a decent landing in terms of like crab and all that, hopefully. But I didn't have this touchdown FX thing on, so it didn't rate my landing, which is okay. I know how to find my rating. So you pull up this, and then there you go, 97, 112 feet per minute. Little bit high for GA, I would say. 112, you'd feel it. But 1.2 G, 97. Crab was not bad actually. 10 on 10, nice. I usually mess this up, but pretty good. TDZ, good as well. G-force, a little bit high because of that 112 feet per minute, but not bad. Pitch, a little high, maybe because my trim was off. Yeah, it was like all down. That makes sense. I had to keep pulling up way too much. Moise is saying, bro, can we have a next stream solely on investing world? That's a very, I mean, I would love to do that, man. I just don't do it because how about this? Next Saturday, maybe we can do an investing stream, just analyzing stocks, where to invest in and all that. Saturday morning, and then Sunday morning we fly. So Saturday morning stream will be maybe around 1 or 2 hours. 1 hour maybe. I think that's pretty good for doing a lot of stocks. And then Sunday stream we can just fly and have fun. And I might pick up an airliner for next Sunday. And even while flying during that flight, we can also talk more about anything that we missed out on Saturday. Because that's one of the reasons why I don't like flying airliners, just what you do in cruise. But if we have topics to talk about during cruise, I'm down to do some nice PMDG 737 flight. Hopefully they release the update or something this week. And yeah, let's plan for that. Saturday morning will be all investing stream, so we'll be looking at different stocks, just analyzing them with that tool. By the time I'll have that tool out to you guys as well on Discord, so you can do it with me live. Maybe tell me more stocks to talk about, we can talk about it. Look at some hot stocks in the market right now and see if they are really worth putting your money in, or you should just wait. What I think about them, what you guys think about them, stuff like that. I should do that on Saturday. That's a great idea. And then anything that we miss out on, we will talk on Sunday about it. We also talk about like how did the market do this week and where it's going and all that. Or well, what I think where it's going. Can never really guess. That's a good input, Moise. Let's do that. King Bob says Touchdown FX, excellent application. Yeah, it's a great tool, man. I'm very surprised that I did not know about this tool until I watched a video by 73 Simmer or something like that. It's a really good channel. It's a nice tool. It's an all-in-one tool that does everything for you. You can also watch your watch your replay. Look at this. You can also watch your replay from outside. Such a cool tool, man. It's a nice tool. Okay, Moise is saying thanks, an amazing stream. Bye, see you soon. Thank you for joining in. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Maybe watch a couple of landings from the outside view and then we'll end it for today. But yeah, watch out for the investing stream on Saturday next week, and then flying plus investing plus some random shit on Sunday. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like the video. It helps the channel. More than that, it helps just with my motivation to keep this going. Oh no, it went down too much. I have to rewind this. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to talk now. Thank you all for joining in. Really appreciate you guys keeping it interactive in the chat. We will leave it on these landing replays, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.